So we're going to spend a little bit of time on the GDPR, which is a massive statute that went into effect in 2018 in the EU. And it was a game changer in a lot of respects. I remember when it came out. I mean, we do cybersecurity and data protection every day for years, so we're kind of knee-deep in these things. But I remember when the EU came out and was publicized, it really got people thinking and talking about data security and privacy in a wholly different way. So generally, the EU GDPR applies to the processing of personal data of data subjects in the EU by a controller or processor. And you'll notice those words are in quotes, and they're in quotes for a reason, because the GDPR kind of redefined how we think of these different items. Processing in the EU consists of anything up to and including the storing of data. So if you're a third-party vendor, or even not a third-party vendor, and you're just storing data and it's laying at rest, you're subject to the GDPR. You don't necessarily have to be doing anything active with it. Personal data was wholly redefined by the GDPR, and I chuckle a little bit because it's almost funny, because it defines personal data as any information relating to an identified or identifiable natural person. And that's in essence a definition. I mean, it's any information. It can be geolocation information. It can be an IP address. If it's information that could be traced back to an individual, then that information is subject to the GDPR. Data subjects are individuals who are located in the EU, and the GDPR applies to organizations that are offering goods or services to those people in the EU. And the offering of goods and services is very interesting, because if you're an organization located in the US and you have no physical location in the EU and you've never sold a product in the EU, but you're just marketing to the EU from the US, then you would be subject to the GDPR, because you're offering and marketing goods and services in the EU. Now, we often get asked the question by our clients, well, people in the EU have access to our website. Does that count? No, it doesn't. You have to be actively marketing services to individuals located in the EU. And even though that's the case, we have a number of clients that just kind of wall off all EU IP addresses from their system, so they don't even have to worry about the GDPR.